Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss M. I have transported back in time to a 6-year-old's bedroom. Taking you back to childhood. Got some nice neon cherries, some artwork, some squishmallows, unicorns, pink. Michelina is asking where I am. I'm at a friend's house, and her little girl cleaned her room so I could lead mandalas. So sweet. And Kathy is here. Good morning. Elaine says Squishmallow Town. Yes. Amy says Fun Space. Good morning. Kathy says I love it. Cheryl says good morning. Welcome. Welcome to anyone watching later. Welcome to our Mandala Universes, where we gather every day at 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Central Time in the US, and we gather to ground, to breathe, to hold space for ourselves and each other, and to draw mandalas, which is a Sanskrit term for circle, and in those circles we draw our internal weather, whatever comes up during our time. A moment of pause, of recentering. And we're glad you're here. Sam says squishmallows are the best. Yes. And Cheryl says, "Oh, thank you, friends, little girl." Yeah. And Pamela says, "Morning, such a cozy space you have there." Very colorful, cozy cabin in the woods. It is lightly snowing out, and there's her husband cutting logs. So you might hear a chainsaw. And Josh Nolan has joined. Hello from Canada. Welcome. We start by checking in. So how are you showing up this morning? Or wherever you are in the world. I am checking in. I am back in time. Fun, cozy child. Little girl. Bedroom. She is quite the little artist. There's little paintings on the walls, and you can see some of the drawings. Amy says, feeling very content from Virgin, Utah. And Skyle says, good morning. Michaelina says, feeling rested and a little unsure. Skyle's getting some hellos. Kathy is feeling ready to get back to work. Yes. Some interesting comments because I can't disable the live join. So thank you, whoever is in the background doing that work. Elaine says, checking in with start over today. Need a reset. You have permission. Not that you needed it, but. And Ari, welcome. First snow of the winter this morning. Hooray. Yes, it is slightly snowing here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Excuse me. And Pamela says, feeling valued. Oh, it's a good way to feel. Interesting AI comments. She also says, feeling content and rested this morning. That's good. Josh is saying, snow here too. And Ari says, I'm in Ontario, Canada. That's awesome. Well, I want to invite you to find a comfortable spot. Start settling into your body, into your space, into the present moment. And start noticing your breath. Apologize if you can hear background noise. But see what you can settle into this morning. If you'd like to close your eyes, you can, or just a soft gaze, whatever feels comfortable to you. This is personal. Centering back to self. And if you choose to close your eyes, maybe you can hear better. Maybe you notice sounds around you. Maybe you can hear people in the next room. If you're in a city, maybe you could hear vehicles, maybe sirens, airplanes. Here I'm just noticing the distant voices of my friend and her husband talking. The wood stove. I love wood heat. So cozy. And maybe take a deeper inhale. Inhale through your nose and hold at the top, and then exhale through your mouth. Maybe your body needs to let out a sigh. Maybe you just want to breathe at your own pace. Whatever feels comfortable. And then, excuse me, a frog in my throat. And as you are breathing, I want to offer this reading about the elderberry because I have, as many probably do, consume elderberry during this time because of the illness that arises with the colder months, the switch in seasons. And I thought this would be a good reading. And this again is from my Herbarary by Maya Tall, a great herbalist. And this is Cyclicality, Elderberry. Elderberry traditionally lives at the center of the garden, telling stories of winters past and springs yet to come. Though often scraggly and a questionable centerpiece, her three faces embody the goddess. Maiden in the spring, abundant in white petals. Mother in the summer, when wine-red berries adorn her branches. And crone in autumn, when her leaves are falling away. She looks quite dead in winter, all bare branches and hollow bones. Elderberry's yearly evolution teaches you to dance with the closely twined cycles of life, death, and rebirth. Wherever you are in your life, she reminds you that acceptance of life's cyclicality is the key to earning your spot at the garden's center. And this is a ritual. So this book comes with a ritual, a reflection, and then a little bit about the actual plant. So the wisdom of return. In the modern world, time can feel quite linear. We march from birth to death, forgetful of the ancient wisdom of return, living cyclically with an awareness of the cycles that form the foundation of our existence can change our perspective in profound ways. Our breath is our first cycle. Inhale, exhale. Next is the cycle of day and night, from dawn to dusk and back again. Beyond that is the 28-day cycle of the moon, and on and on. Choose a cycle to celebrate. You might, for example, greet the sun each day and send her off in the evening. Or you might commit to standing outside for a few minutes each night, observing the movement of the moon. A cycle includes the next beginning. So if you celebrate dawn and dusk, celebrate the following sunrise as well. If you are a moon watcher, commit to following the moon past the beginning of her next cycle, so you can witness repetition as she comes round again. And with this practice, we observe coming back to the page, coming back to the circle. In my mind, it's very comforting. The circle, this practice, this fellowship we have with each other and ourselves, coming back around. And today I have a surprise mandala from Miss M. It's always fun to find little tokens of this circle. I will catch up on some comments while you start to draw. For anyone new, I like to date my page. So today is Monday, November 10th, 2025. And I like to draw my circle with an in-breath and an out-breath, completing the circle, representing a complete breath. I will catch up on some comments. Matt is here. And Skyle says, oh wow, snowing is exciting. Yes. The first snow, well, the second snow. Yesterday was the first snow of the year, which is actually quite late for up here, but And McLean says elderberry and fire cider season. Yes, for sure. And Sherilyn is here. Good morning. Lots of highs from everyone to you. Miss Sims, oh, what a sweet discovery. Did I draw a spiral so fun? Yes, you did, Miss M. Heartfelt connections. With some gold and blue. Let's see, Cindy is here. Welcome, Cindy. We have about 15 minutes to draw. McLena said, I just put a refill in my mandala pen and it is glorious. Oh, the best. Coming full circle, right? Refill. And Miss M is sending greetings to everybody. I get to listen to the chainsaw. It's all good though. Hopefully it's not too loud for you all. Okay. I'm grateful to be out in nature today, out in the woods with my friend. Get out of the house. Even though it's chilly, probably take a walk in the slightly dusted, snow-covered trees. Lots of pine trees in this area. I feel honored to be in this little girl's room. Definitely lots of magic in here. I don't get to spend a lot of time with children because I don't have any of my own, and I'm not really close to people with a lot of kids. But the moments that I do, I try to enjoy them. I feel special that she cleaned her room for me. For all of you. All her little toys are set up so nicely. Definitely have some mountains in mind today. Cheryl says, saw a recipe for fire cider bouillon on mountain rose herbs. Need to look up and maybe try garlic. Garlic is a big one. Sometimes I just eat cloves of garlic. Just quite potent, but and to stay healthy. Pamela says, I copied down the recipe for fire cider now to draw. Very nice. I made lime bars yesterday from my bountiful lime tree harvest. Oh, sounds awesome, Pamela. First time our tree has given lime since I moved in. Oh, that's super exciting. I love that. Yeah, I have some fire cider brewing. I put cranberries. Let's see, a whole lemon, a whole lime, cranberries, ginger root, garlic cloves, onion, a whole onion, a whole jalapeno, obviously sliced it up, turmeric, rosemary, actually rosemary from Elaine, so that's special, and then peppercorns, and then a whole bottle of apple cider vinegar, and it's in a big half-gallon glass jar. And I am eager to get it so I can drink. Cher says, ooh, I opened my journal to a sweet drawing of a nest-like circle by Pamela. Lots of gifted mandalas today. Helene says, quite the cauldron. Yes. It is. And Michelina is responding to the lime bars with some delight. I think mine is done. Seems that my partner mandala has a lot of influence on my mandala. There's mine. It has some shimmer, if you can see it. Some glittery paint. It's 22 after, and if you have anything that's coming up in your mandala, or maybe from the reading, you're welcome to share that. And Cheryl says, well-being cider magic. Yes. And Elaine says, yay for rosemary. I use the rest of it, so I will need more. And Kathy says, nature's course. I know in my life, nature is the biggest direction. Elaine says, ha ha ha, on it. And Michelina says, mine is relationship of moon and sun. I love that. It is quite... This book has a lot of wisdom in it. A lot of wisdom that has been forgotten in a lot of regard. But I feel like I have been put on this earth to bring that back, keep some of the old traditions, or not traditions, the old wisdom, I guess. Wisdom of the past. So, I'm super pleased to learn more about these magical herbs. Bewitching botanicals is what she calls them. Oh, and the illustrations are beautiful. So this is the elderberry one. It has the sun and the moon, or just the moon phases, looks like. Mandala. 5 minutes left. Miss M says, my mandala is pink, green, orange colors of your surroundings. Oh, yeah. There's so many little magical things in this room. Cheryl says, rosemary. Seeing a spot where a wall garden of herbs could grow in the dining room, inspired to explore the possibilities. Yes, Cheryl, that would be beautiful. Both to look at and to be able to use. Miss M says, how lovely, Cheryl. And Cheryl says, silvery, settled circle this Monday mandala. I don't have any words for mine right now. Maybe they'll come, or maybe not. I think that is the magic of this practice. Picture's worth 1,000 words, right? I just love the nuance that painting and traditional art brings. From the paper made of trees to the pigments. Let's see. Michelina says that would be amazing, Cheryl. About a few minutes left. The chainsaw. He makes bowls and stuff out of tree burls, bowls and spoons and vessels of sorts, which is amazing. And they're gorgeous. Lots of hearts flying. Couple minutes left. Elaine says, willing to embrace my weeds. Maybe getting lost in the weeds isn't so bad. No, it has its place, right? I'm reminded of being playful, being just having a sense of imagination as a kid, soaking up the energy in this room. She's quite the little diva, I guess, a little bit. Very feminine. It's so sweet. Cheryl sending lots of emojis to Elaine. Miss M says, lost in a state of mind, so are weeds. And Michelina says, so many cool finds in the weeds. Yes. Well, it is 1 minute, and I'd like to leave you. My friend has been letting me pick one of these, a daily morning mantra. And this one that I picked today is a pinata full of unknowns. Time to crack that sucker open and pounce directly on the good stuff. That's this magical little unicorn. I guess that's inspiring me to find the magic today. Find the good stuff in those weeds, Elaine. Because it's there. Miss M says, and one person's weeds are Elaine's? Question mark. And Miss M says, ha, pinata. Well, my friends, it is 10:30. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for time traveling into a little girl's room. That maybe we shared at one time. And I wish you the best day. And find that good stuff today. Take care. Big hugs. Love you all. Bye.